Shalom. This Revelation is the 8th chapter. I'm a real Hebrew Israelite coming in week and week out to prophesy of the understanding of the Holy Bible, this understanding of Revelations 8. And when he had this Revelation 8, when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. Why was there silence in heaven about the space of half an hour? Because that was half of the time getting ready to the ultimate 1 hour judgment that's going to come upon America to make her desolate. Because the Lord said in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. So during the half of the hour, the other seals was being implemented. And this was the last seal, the seventh seal, to implement the whole hour of the destruction of America, which is represent completion. So it was a space of half an hour because they was getting ready to do the seventh seal to complete the destruction that's going to come upon the face of the world to America, Babylon the Great. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets. Right, they was getting ready to sound. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. Right, and the angels is seven messengers. This is messages because every spirit is created for vengeance. It's a force that God used to implement his word, his will. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it up with the prayer of all the saints upon the golden altars which were before the throne. And these was the spirit which was given, the Lord putting forth to the spirits of the saints. The Lord said, rejoice over her, ye holy prophets and apostles, for the Lord have avenged you on her, which is America. So these the prayers that included of those prayers that God heard from them crying out, the elect. The Lord says, shall not avenge my elect, which crying to me day and night. And the elect is crying out. They preaching the word of God, hoping for the destruction of the last empire, which is Babylon the Great, America, to rule over the face of the world until their kingdom come. So that's the prayers that they prayed unto the Most High. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before God out of the angel's hand, right out of the messenger's hand, and ascended up to the Most High understanding. He put force to it. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, right? And he put force to it of the understanding of the sacrifice. Because the Lord said, what? And upon Babylon, he have a great sacrifice upon Edom, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices, right? And there were voices, which is voices crying out, and thundering, which is loud noises, and lightnings, and an earthquake. And that's talking about the destruction that's going to come upon America. And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound, right? And the first sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, right? So that's talking about the destruction that's coming upon America from fire and brimstone. The Lord said, every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, but this shall be with burning fuel of fire. Intercontinental that's coming from that's coming from India, China, and Russia upon America. And because America's Babylon the Great, and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of the trees was burnt up. And the third is talking about a percentage of the whole four corners of the earth, which is the Western Hemisphere, upon North America. So a third part is a percentage. So it's north, south, east, and west, which is four corners of 360, and a third part of it is a portion of a side of earth, which is North America. That's what God said. That's what Bozrah, his sacrifice is upon the earth, and upon the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. Right, the Lord said he's going to make Babylon the Great a desolation among the nations. And the second angel sounded, and it was where a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. Right, so America, destruction, which is a great mountain. A mountain represents a rulership. The Lord said the mountain of Israel, the mountain of the house of God, in Micah 2:2, shall be established in the top of the mountain. So this mountain was cast cast into the lake, cast into the sea, which is the sea is the doctrine of the nations, which is the nations gonna know America was burnt up, burning with fire, was cast into the sea, right? And the third part of the sea became blood, right? And the third part of the understanding of the nations became blood, because everybody gonna die. That's on the Western Hemisphere. The Lord says as the sea, as America, as the nation of Israel, as Babylon caused the slain of Israel, so at Babylon shall be slain of all the earth. So that's a third part of it, is a portion of all people. And the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of ships was destroyed, right? Because that's America military navy. The navy of America gonna be destroyed by being on the borders of America, because everything on the borders of America gonna be destroyed. The seas and the ships gonna burn up, because that fire gonna go up so viciously that it's gonna take off throughout the sea coast where that ships is at, on the dock of the bays. They gonna get burnt up with America. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven. That great star is a great intercontinental ballistic missile. This is Second Esdras 15. What's that great star that fell into the earth? This Second Esdras 15. They shall smite on 1 Esdras 15 and 35. Just the precept to it. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. So that's talking about what the star is, smite down stars, which is those missiles. So intercontinental ballistic missiles going to come to America from India, China, and Russia, and the NATO and EU, from heaven, burning as a white lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of the waters. Right, that's coming upon America, which is that nuclear waste. That's what it's talking about, the nuclear waste. Because the Lord said what in Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith. Right, the Lord created, he said, the physician. The Lord, I have created a physician, and he that turneth to the medicines shall not he that's wise will not abhor them. So he have created scientists. The Lord created a scientist that bloweth the coals in the fire, right? That mix it, the nuclear waste and the TNT bombs to know how to connect a nuclear bomb together, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, right? For his work, right? And that bringeth forth an instrument, and that's a instrument is a tool, which is God's tools, which is an instrument is a tool. So it's something that God used, a tool for his work, which is his work is to destroy America. That's his purpose. And I have created the waster to destroy, right? He have created this nuclear missile to destroy. That's the whole purpose of a nuclear missile, is to destroy America, spiritual Egypt. Because the Lord said, so as the slain of Israel, so at Babylon shall fall all the slain of the earth. And there the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third parts of the river and upon the fountain of the water. So America water is going to be burnt up. I mean, they're going to be turned to nuclear waste. And the name of the star is called wormwood, right? Because it's wormwood, because wormwood is talking about it's talking about poison. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter, right? Many men died because those waters are going to be caused to be made bitter. Man ain't going to be able to drink waters on the Western Hemisphere no more, because it's going to be bitter, meaning it's going to be made nuclear waste, nuclear atomic waste in America. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, right? Because the third part of the sun was smitten, because you ain't going to be able to see the sun in America, how much black clouds, black smoke going to come up from America. You ain't going to be able to stand in the shores of America or the islands of the sea to look up to see the sun or the moon, and in the third part of the moon. And you ain't going to be able to see the moon because it's going to be that much smoke and flames from the nuclear missiles hitting America from India, China, and Russia upon America that is going to burn up all America, and none can stand. Like the Lord said, who shall abide in that day? And the Lord is risen up out of his secret place, and who shall abide? And the third part of the stars, right? So you can't see stars or none. It's going to be pitch black, dark smoke. So as the third part of them would darken, right? It's darkened because the smoke that's going to rise up from the nuclear missiles, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise, right? It's shone not, because you ain't going to be able to see the day and night from America, one of them nuclear missiles. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, 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 which is three woes. That's World War I, World War II, and World War III, to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Right, because that's the destruction from the three angels that's going to be yet to sound, is the World Wars, the World War I, World War II, and World War III. That's why he said destruction unto you. And with that, that's Revelations 8, understanding. Shalom.